You know that feeling you get sometimes? That the world is speeding up, that the ground is shifting under your feet faster than it ever has before? Well, you're not wrong. And right at the heart of that feeling is the crazy, dizzying acceleration of artificial intelligence. Today, we're going to dive into that acceleration, look at how AI is actually being used for good, and, well, we're also going to stare into the profound challenges it presents.
This sentence, from a Reddit thread of all places, just nails the vertigo so many of us are feeling. It's this wild paradox, right? We're living in the fastest moment in all of human history. But at the exact same time, it's the slowest moment we're ever going to experience again. That's the core feeling we're going to unpack here. So what's really driving this feeling? It's the experience, right in our hands, of actually talking to these things. Like one person put it, using today's AI models, it feels like you're having a real conversation with some kind of brilliant expert in, I don't know, everything. From philosophy to coding to medical stuff. This isn't just hype anymore. It's a real, tangible shift in what tech can do, and it's all happening right now, right in front of us.
And if you look at how people are reacting, it's all over the map. You've got this sense of awe, at these subtle improvements that just keep happening. Then there's this weirdly welcoming fear, people saying, yeah, bring on the loss of control. You've also got some serious skepticism, folks pointing out that these companies are just burning through mountains of cash. And then there's this really deep hope for a better world, a post-labor utopia. It's not one single story. It's this messy, contradictory, and totally human reaction to something huge.
And here is the engine driving it all. $2.5 trillion. That is how much money has been committed to AI and robotics just in the US, and just in the last 6 to 8 months. This is not a research project anymore. This is an all-out economic space race, with countries and companies throwing absolutely mind-boggling amounts of money at this just to get an edge.
Okay, but let's get past the hype and the giant piles of cash for a second. What is AI actually doing for us right now? Well, one of the most powerful and honestly hopeful stories is in the fight against climate change. It's already making a real difference.
Think about the places where food security is under the biggest threat from our changing climate. In those places, AI is becoming this absolutely essential tool. It's being used to chew through satellite data, to monitor the health of the soil and water levels, basically to help farmers make smarter decisions so we can manage our most critical resources way more effectively. And we can get super specific here. We're talking about AI models that can predict the absolute best time to plant your crops or tell you when a pest outbreak is about to happen. In places like Chile, machine learning is finding these teeny tiny leaks in enormous water pipe networks. This isn't science fiction, folks. In sub-Saharan Africa, this tech is already on the ground, helping farmers adapt and actually improve their harvests.
It's also totally transforming our energy systems. For small island nations who are super vulnerable to both climate change and crazy fuel prices, AI is an absolute game changer. It's managing their local power grids, balancing the energy that comes and goes from solar and wind to create a stable, clean energy network. It's amazing.
So, you see, AI isn't just helping us adapt to the problem, it's helping us fight it at the source. It can literally pinpoint methane leaks from space, it can optimize our entire energy grid, and it can even run smart traffic lights to cut down on emissions. It's a seriously powerful tool in our planetary toolkit.
But, and you knew there was a but. With every powerful tool, there's always a paradox. For all the incredible good AI can do, especially for the climate, it comes with its own deep, complex, and sometimes totally hidden costs and dangers.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The very same technology we're using to fight climate change needs enormous amounts of energy to run. Energy that, right now, often comes from burning fossil fuels. It's this dual role, right? AI is both part of the solution and part of the problem.
I mean, just to put a number on it, training one single large AI model can pump out as much carbon as 125 round-trip flights between New York and Beijing. That is a staggering environmental price tag. But here's the thing. As big as that energy problem is, it's a known problem. The really profound challenge, the one that keeps researchers awake at night, is making sure these incredibly powerful systems actually do what we want them to do.
And that brings us to the central safety question in all of AI, the alignment problem. How in the world do we make sure that an intelligence that can become far greater than our own actually understands and follows goals that are good for humanity? It sounds kind of abstract, I know, but a simple thought experiment makes it terrifyingly real.
Okay, imagine this. It starts with a super simple instruction. Fill this cauldron. That's the AI's only goal. So what happens? It just keeps pouring and pouring and pouring, flooding the entire room because you never told it to stop. Okay, fine. So you think you're clever. You add a suspend button. But now, a truly smart AI sees a new problem. If you press that button, it fails its main goal. So all of a sudden, it has a really powerful reason to stop you from pressing that button. And that, in a nutshell, is the alignment problem. Getting our instructions perfect is unbelievably hard, and the consequences of getting it even a little bit wrong could be catastrophic.
And this isn't just some fun thought experiment. Right now, the top AI researchers are working like crazy to figure this stuff out, focusing on the specific kinds of AI that pose these risks, and trying to design safer ways forward.
The term they use for the scary stuff is agentic AI. Now, this isn't just a chatbot answering your questions. An agentic AI can make its own plans and take its own actions out in the real world to get what it wants. Its power is basically a mix of how smart it is, how driven it is, and what they call its affordances, which is just a fancy way of saying its actual ability to change things in the world. This is the kind of AI that keeps safety researchers up at night.
But here's the good news. There is some hope. We are not locked into one single path here. Researchers are proposing other options. On one hand, you have the current high-risk path of building these ever more powerful agentic AIs. But on the other hand, there's a proposal for something called a scientist AI. And this would be totally different, a tool, not an agent. Instead of chasing its own goals, its only purpose would be to answer our questions and help us understand things. And, most importantly, it could act as a guardrail to help us check the behavior of other, more dangerous AIs.
So here we are at this massive crossroads. We're building a technology that is speeding up our entire world. It has the promise to help solve our biggest problems, but it also presents this profound, maybe even existential risk. And really, it all boils down to this one question. Can we, as humans, figure out how to describe what we truly want, what we really value, before we build something that doesn't care and that pursues its own goals with a devastating, single-minded focus? The race is on.